Yo, salute everyone. Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Knicks attitude and the high altitude. We down in Denver tonight, man. We're gonna try to go down to Denver and get a popping in the high altitude tonight, man. Knicks Real Talk. We in the building, man. It's your man Divine, your host with the most. I'm gonna bring my partners in crime up here in a minute. KJ and Shaw Powell's gonna be in the building in a minute, man. We're gonna get it popping. We got another hour and a half before the game time starts. So we just gonna break everything down. A lot of trade buzz going on out there, a lot of noise, so we're gonna get into it. Injury reports, starter lineups, all that shebang, man. So I'm gonna get into that real quick. But first and foremost, hope everybody's doing well out there, man. Y'all had a great day today. Y'all ain't here with Knicks Real Talk, man. We about to get it popping. Let's go over this Nick content. We can break it down and get into all this good stuff, man. But I'm ready to get it going, man. We took an L last night, 4-4 game, the last quarter, man. In Utah, I guess that attitude out there did us in as well. We ran out of steam in that last quarter, and we fell short. Dominant game by Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle had a great game. RJ had a good game. They came to play, but other than that, man, that's all pretty much we had, man. Not too many other people stepped up to the plate last night, so we got to try to rebound and get it popping tonight and try to get a victory. I think Mitchell Robinson might not play tonight, lower back situation, so we're gonna check that out and everything, man. And I'll let y'all know how that go. Other than that, man, it was a good game last night. We played with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of force. We just didn't have enough at the end. Down for Mitchell ran the muck in the last quarter, like 32 points. He kind of got going. It was kind of tough for us, man. But you know what? Like I said, we live to fight another day. We got to go in Denver and try to get a win. We only a game and a half out of that buy-in spot. We still got a chance to get in here. We only a game and a half into that buy-in spot. Washington look kind of crazy right now because they're losing Bradley Beal for the season. So we only one game and a half behind Atlanta Hawks, man. So we got to try to rebound and get it popping and get back up in this thing and try to get a W. Let me break all the stuff down, man, get the injury reports going, the starting lineup so we can get Shaw Powers and get KJ and Vince in the building with us, man. We can get it popping. So first and foremost, the starting lineup for the New York Knicks tonight, I think it's RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, most likely Todd Gibson, Evan Fournier, and Kemba Walker. For the Denver Nuggets, it's going to be Jeff Green, Aaron Gordon, Nokic, Will Barton, and Monte Morris. On the injury front, for the New York Knicks, we got Quentin Grimes out knee, Nerlens Noel knee, questionable Derrick Rose ankle, Lucas Hammond, the two-way players out, and I think Mitchell Robinson back. For the Denver Nuggets, they got Austin Rivers out with a hip, Kent Sears out foot, Jamal Murray knee, and Michael Porter back. They've been out for a minute, so they're going to try to recover and get back in it. But we're going to go down there and get it popping, man. Let me bring in my partners and everybody else, man. We can get it popping tonight. I got my man KJ in the building with us, man. Salute KJ, what's going on, my brother?
Salute Divine, salute Nick Real Talk family.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man, we ready to get it popping. Shaw Powell was good with you.
Peace to you, Divine. Peace to you, KJ.
What's up, Shaw?
Let's get it.
Yeah, yo, salute to the chat. Salute to everybody up in the building. Jarvis, Allah wise, peace to the God. Canal in the building. Kevin in the building. JW, Wilson, all y'all guys. Thanks for coming aboard tonight, man. We're going to get it popping. We're just going to break everything down as we go through the segments. And then we're just going to get into it, man. We're going to talk about, what's going on out there. A lot, it's trade deadline talk. So we know that's going to be majority of the program. But let's get into all the semantics of what's going on in the game tonight. We in Denver, Mile High City, high altitude. You know what I'm saying? We got the Joker down there. Mitchell Robinson out, man. I would love to see Mitchell Robinson get it popping tonight. But he's not going to be there tonight, man. So we got to kind of go to war without Mitchell Robinson. But what a performance last night. Shaw Powers, Mitchell Robinson was dominant last night, brother. I mean, real talk. He was putting in work last night.
Just to big up Mitch, man. Thank you again, Mitch, for that last night, man. Another little, a little scrap change from Mitchell Robinson doing his due diligence, as always. Put some respect on that man's name. I wish Mitch could have played tonight. And it comes down to the crunch, man. We at crunch time, and Mitch is hurt right now. You know what I mean? Or this is a fake scenario that Mitch is out, and tomorrow Mitch is going to be on the trading block. So put that out there too. You know what I mean? Just put that out in the spectrum right there, man. Let's get it tonight, man. We need a win.
Yeah. Hey, KJ, man. Julius Randle was in his bag last night. RJ didn't have a good efficiency game, but he still scored over 20. But they was there, man, to the end. But obviously, Donovan Mitchell and ran the muck, and they couldn't stay in that thing at the end of the game. We didn't have a lot of guys other than them really perform real well. Alex Burks and Fournier didn't get it popping again. I was a little disappointed in that, but overall, man, we just got to go ahead and dimmer tonight and find a way to get this thing popping tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, salute to Mitchell Robinson first and foremost. Probably his best Knick game ever. Salute to him on that. But as far as the other guys, like I said, Devon at this point, Shy, we just looking for one win. Have we get it, we gonna get it. But monster game is just these last two games, West Coast, we're supposed to be our hardest stretch right now, guys. And I just feel like if the Knicks can pull it together, we're right in these games.
You know what it is, KJ? I'm sorry to cut you off. You know what it is? We need a point guard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. And that's what it's Nick Real Talk family, and that's what we about. But what I'm saying is, guys, we're right there. And I just don't know what it is to push us forward while we can't close our games or we can't get the lead or just stay with it. And this is supposed to be our hard stretch. But I was impressed with both games. But we need it. But with the injuries tonight, it's gonna be a rough one for us. But I would love to see what Mitchell Robinson did tonight against Jokic, because historically Jokic hurts all the players on the Knicks. But hey, guys out there on the court, it's an opportunity for him to win. Hey, let's get it.
Yeah. Hey, Nurkic hurt everybody in the league. That man MVP. He nice, but it would have been a good test for Mitch. But he's not there tonight, man. So we got to see. I guess Todd's gonna go in there, man. This has got to be one of them games you got to get Jericho Simpson burn. I'm hoping Tibbs could do that. Give Jericho Simpson burn tonight. Or if not, he probably gonna wind up doing Obi a little more at the 4 or 5 with him and Randall. They probably go that route a little bit. But I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that, because that man's a handful. I mean, he's just a handful against anybody. Not against the Knicks only, but anybody, man. He's a handful for sure. So I would love to see how that's gonna go. And but it's gonna be interesting. But I think we got to go in there and try to win. Them guys play pretty good at home. They won 8 straight at home or some of that nature. So I do think we got to go in there and play hard. And I'll go over. Let's look at the real quick. We do the team statistics on both teams. We'll break that down. Then we get back into it. I'll put it up on the screen and let you see how we compare against them from a team perspective wise. And we, you'd be surprised. We always talk about pace, shot power. We talk about pace, but they're not a really fast running pace team either, I guess. So it's interesting to me that that's the case. That they don't run like that as well. If you look at them guys right there. Excuse me, God. Let me get my man's thing out the way. Then we get into that real quick. If you look at these guys, the way they get down, head to head, we score 104, they score 109. I would say beating us some points. We out rebound them. Might not be different without Mitchell Robinson tonight. Assist number, they got us by 6 because Jokic could pass the world out of that ball. He's nice like that. Steals is about the same. We got more blocks than them, but I guess without Mitchell Robinson tonight, that might be a little different. But field goal percentage, they almost 50%. We 43. 3-point, we about the same. 35.3, 35.4. Charity stripe, that's our Achilles heel right now for us the whole season is a charity stripe. They 4 points better than us, almost 80%. Points in the paint, they got us there. Obviously, they got the Joker down there. Second chance points, we better than them there. And fast break points, we 10, they 12. And obviously Jokic, they lead in a block shot guy. We got Mitchell Robinson, Jokic, they read. He's like Randall. Him and Randall do everything for that team. You know what I mean? For their prospective team, they do everything. So I do think that's the matchup is not that bad, man. That's what makes me say, man, you play hard, you never know who you can beat because they're not killing us in a lot of categories. But they are beating us there. So but I think we go out there and play shop house. We should be able to go in there and handle our business tonight. I'm going to say that because y'all guys ask me, I'm going to wish the Knicks win every game. Not saying they're going to win every game, but you always ask me, I'm always going to think the Knicks going to win every game, no matter what. But and not just to be saying that, but I think they got a good team. They haven't put it together these last 2 games on this road trip. The first 2, they played well in LA. Slew Queen's Court, Slew Sister, peace to you. They played well in LA. They just didn't close it out. They played good last night. They just didn't close it out. So they got to find a way to close out games, and maybe we can walk away with a victory shot house every now and then.
Yeah. The thing that you just ended on to speak about the ending of games, man. Right now, we just are suffering from lack of having a closer, someone that that you could get the ball to. And if he puts that shot up 8 times out of 10, he's going to knock that shot down. And these last couple of games has been so close, man. We've been in every game, man. Almost every game. We haven't really. I mean, we got a couple of games that we just got shellacked, but majority of the games that we have lost by less than 10 points, man. And with some of our players not stepping up to the plate. Last night if we had some of the bench step up to the plate, it'd be a totally different game. I mean, it'd be a totally different. We'd be talking something different today about what happened last night. But I mean, it is what it is, and we still got what we on the clock now with to 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, or something like that.
Yeah, two more days we gonna pop that
48 hours.
Yep. You know what? Yeah, KJ. You know what? And that's the problem. Our bench the last two games just haven't been there. And we've been, like Julius Randle had a monster game last night. Like I said, Mitchell Robinson. I just hate they spoiled that moment. That man, I was like in the first quarter. In the first quarter, I was like Mitchell Robinson about to get a 20-20 game. Mm-hmm. He was on his way there and missed it by 2 points or whatever. But man, he was terrorizing Whiteside and them guys. So not having him tonight is going to be a problem. But I do think that we gotta find a way to get our bench going. I like the little things Cam Reddish did. I hope we get more burn tonight. I like what I seen from him. I think as he get more rhythm, more time, I think he's gonna be all right for the Knicks, man. I really do. I like Cam Reddish game. He got that 6'8" size, the athleticism. I mean, you can't expect nobody to come in who haven't played in a long time and just go out there and get it popping. So we know that wasn't gonna happen. But I like the little things I've seen from him, and some of the things you can understand that he did do wrong because he haven't been in the game. But I do think the Knicks got a good thing there with that young man, and obviously Grimes wasn't there. Obi and them didn't have it, man. And I know sometimes we get upset at Tiz when he take the guys out, but if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And when you're trying to win games, you try to go to your horses. But I get it. But hopefully they come out tonight, our bench man, and give us a little bit more energy and effort to score the ball and all that, because they got Jeff Green and them down there. Jeff Green gives Randall problems all the time. So, they got guys down there who can get it popping. Will Barton, Eric Gordon. They got guys down there who can flat out get a Monte Morris, can't sleep on him. So it's going to be a tough game, don't get me wrong. But you got to go in there and try to compete and play. And I think if we go out there, if our bench can give us some help tonight, you do got a chance to be in that game anyway.
Right, that's the issue right there. You guys both, our bench is the key. Mm-hmm. These past 15, 20 games, our bench has been doing nothing out there. And then when now in front, the first unit's playing well, the bench is not matching that anymore. And we had a better bench last year. Our bench was putting up more numbers. And our bench was a big reason why we won those games last year too as well. With no D Rose, we're hurting from D Rose.
Facts.
No D Rose right now. We need a point guard, but D Rose was the catalyst on that bench. Being that we don't have this man out there, the bench is looking crazy. Now we're inserting Alec Burke in the starting lineup when Kemba's not playing. So he takes points. For the Burks. He looks wasted. He looks tired now. Some shots are not falling. Evan Fournier does some great things, but you can't give it Evan Fournier at the end of the game. He turns the ball over. So it's we got all these different players and these different stories, and then we talked about RJ Barrett. Like we said it again, you can't expect. You can't expect Cam Reddish to come in and give you what we think we can give you. If you look at his sample size, when he's on the court and you take him and Kevin Knox, he looks better than Kevin Knox out there on the court. Even though his shot might not be falling, but he's doing the other things. He's playing defense. He has a big wingspan. He looks bigger than other players out there. He's getting to the hole. He's getting to the free throw line and making them. So, you looked at his little sample size. Play this man more. No Grimes and no others out tonight. You got to play a bigger lineup out there. Play him some more. Give Jericho some burn tonight, because
yes, please.
Denver, you playing in high altitude. Them guys are going to be tired. They went from LA to Utah to Denver on the back-to-back. Utah, Denver, that's going to be a little rough. But it's basketball. Anything can happen at any given time. So, again, this is another game that I feel like, I'm like you, Damon, I feel like we could win any game. But the others got to help us out. We need IQ to step up better. We need Obi to step up. We all want Obi to play. But, again, if he's not playing and he's just out there, we don't need you out there. We need you to do something on that floor. Because that right now, especially at the forward and the center spot, we limited tonight. So somebody's got to step in. We playing Jokic. That Jokic might drop 40 on us tonight.
Yep. Hey, let him drop 40, shut everybody else down.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That's the idea.
Yeah, yep. And you know what's interesting? I really think that a lot of it with the young guy, I think it's this trade noise, man. I think it's this. They just need to get past the deadline. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I think a lot of them are like that. They worry about this trade talk. You know what I mean? It's in the back of their minds anyway. They're like, man, am I going to be here? Am I not going to be here? The veterans can handle it. They're not new to this stuff. You know what I mean? These guys like Randall and all these guys, they not new to this trade talk, but these young guys are. You know what I mean? And that could be another reason why they're doing what they're doing. But for Burks and Fournier, they not giving us what we expected them to give us last night and in LA. I mean, I thought they would come up big last night. We had that game. I know I was in the Twitter chat that early last night. I said, you know what? Where's CJ? But obviously CJ going to New Orleans. But can you imagine if you had him last night instead of Fournier and Alex Burks and
closer
in crunch time and closing time.
Closer.
You know, you had a closer. You had a closer that could get you buckets and wouldn't worry about shrinking in the moment. And I just think that was a big thing for me, man. You know, but tonight, you know, we got to try to bounce back in the worst way. But I am happy to hear about when we get into all the trade talk in a minute, everybody, we'll break all that down. That I'm hearing about the Knicks looking to deal with aspiring contracts, to get some of these guys out, to get these young guys a little bit more burn. So I guess that's a good look right there to say that they would be willing to like kind of just get rid of them, kind of bring in some aspirants. The Harrison Barnes thing is out there. We can get into that as well. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. I'm going to tell you something about the Knicks, man. Like I said, nobody seen the Derrick Rose trade coming last year. Nobody seen the Cam Reddish trade coming this year. I think the Knicks are just keeping everything quiet. You know, but they did. I heard in the 11th hour they went after Caris LeVert, but obviously they had the better package, which is understandable. They was in there with the I think the CJ McCollum thing, but what I think it is that New Orleans had a better package, so they want some inspiring. I think right now they almost freed up $60 million, so I think they trying to retool. That was a tough blow to have the Halliburton thing, but I just think that some team, you know, here's the thing with the Halliburton thing that's interesting to me. Let's say you had to pick between Sabonis and Randall. Sabonis' contract is shorter, and Randall just signed his extension. And then I think you also got to look at the stuff that the other teams may look at off and on the court, you know, and that could be, you know, so even though it's sometimes not always on the Knicks that they failed to make a deal, it could be that the other team didn't want what you had. Exactly. Or they just didn't want to go with what you had. They wanted to go with what another team had. But I won't say that the Knicks front office is not out there trying. I just think that some teams might come with a better offer, and you can't do nothing about it. Because like I said, Portland really wanted some inspiring contracts. Now they get to sign Anthony Simons. They get to build around. They to bring some other pieces around there and Damian Lillard. You know, on that note, man, salute to CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard, man. That was one of the most prolific backcourts in the game for the last 5-6 years. You know, that was a dynamic dude right there. So it's a shame to see them two have to go their own ways. But it's a business. But salute to Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, man, because them boys they were legit down there. You know what I mean? It was real legit down there in Portland, man. But that happens. You got to move on sometime. And I guess they feel like, you know, with the emergence of Anthony Simons coming up, and now you bring in some more, maybe some wings to help them out. So I can see why they did all the wheeling and dealing. But salute to Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, man. They kept the NBA on the forefront when it comes to that backcourt. Because them one two of the best that did it in the backcourt. Real talk. So salute to them guys, man. And good luck, C.J. McCollum. Down in New Orleans with Brandon Ingram, that's gonna be nice. Now Brandon Ingram got a cat who can get buckets with him. To Zion get back, that's gonna be interesting as well for them to maybe try to get into that play-in and get in the playoffs. But I do think he helps that team for sure. And you know, the Halliburton move for them, that was a good move for them. And I didn't think that much as we always talk about. We think this guy this, we think that guy that. Hey, KJ, I never thought that they would move on from Halliburton, but they did. They moved on from him. And they put him down there. But here's what I like about that, though. Halliburton and Duarte, that's legit. That's legit. Halliburton and Duarte backcourt moving forward, that's something nice to build around, KJ. And I think that was a really good look.
Man, when him and Obi was in that drive, we needed a guard. I was saying Halliburton. Halliburton, we wasn't even thinking about him. But, you know, from Sacramento standpoint, they're guard heavy. You got Fox, Davion Mitchell, you got him. All right, they guard heavy right now. So, hey, man, great trade for Indiana. To build them two young guys up, man, that's great. You know, but How did you guys feel about that CJ McCollum thing? We just talked about last night about getting CJ McCollum. We're going scenarios. When you heard the news today, Devon, how did you feel?
I wasn't too disappointed because I just knew that you know what, if we didn't get him, I think I felt different when we lost that game last night. I'll be honest with you. When we lost the game last night, I felt a little different because I knew that, I don't think in a way it's a good look. That's just a contract we're not taking on much as I wanted him, but now we don't got him. And, you can't cry with spilled milk.
Mm-hmm.
But he, I get where everybody going, and the Kings has been abysmal. But you know what? I tell you what, though, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is not a bad two pieces to have. You know what I mean? And like I said, maybe they feel like, you know what, they want to try to get better because they almost make me feel the way I felt about the Knicks. You can't be abysmal for so long. You got to find a way to eventually make it. And I do think that's a nice 1-2 punch. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is not bad. Now I think they're trying to move Harrison Barnes. The Knicks is talk about that because he got 1 year left on that deal, $20 million. I think the Knicks was interested in might be in this Harrison Barnes. They per Berman, per Jake Fisher, and a lot of the other guys out there. They talking about Harrison Barnes coming to the Knicks. Yeah, if you can get Harrison Barnes for Evan Fournier, Harrison Barnes expired next year, and we got rid of the Fournier contract 2 years after that. Harrison Barnes is doing his numbers is better than Fournier's this year. You know what I mean? And you got him on a 1 year deal left. I don't have a problem with that. So that's cool. I'm cool with that. It gives us a better defense present at the three, a bigger three, a guy who can stroke the three as well. And I think I don't have a problem with that, Chop Howard. I think that makes sense. But for the Kings, yeah, I mean they've been going through it for a long time. Sometimes they were we once used to be. See, everybody used to complain about the Knicks. They were just as bad. You know what I mean? So they were just as bad as a franchise because they were making a lot of bonehead moves. Never put veterans around these guys. But I do like Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox though. I think that's a good little foundation to have for the next 3 years. Then you add the pieces around them. But here's the thing I'm asking everybody here: if you do that Harrison Barnes, do you think they should throw that Marvin Bagley dude up in there? Shop out because Marvin Bagley got 11 years expiring. The Knicks are looking for aspirants, depending on what the Knicks do. And he's 11 million. And man, if you could throw Noel in that deal to bring back aspiring Bagley, yeah. Let's say if it's Fournier and hypothetically Noel, but you bringing in Harrison Barnes and Bagley, I think that's a good look for the Knicks right there as well.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Both guys are pretty good players. And as you said, they both have expiring contracts. So that opens up a nice piece of change for us in the off season. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, the rumors out is that the Knicks right now really right now trying to look for expiring contracts as it is, so they can make some money for this off season coming up. So if that was the move that they're looking for, if that was like a plan B, C, or D, and that's what we can get, I'm with it. I'm one wholeheartedly with it. I can see both those guys coming over here and finishing out the year and coming off the books next year, so we can move to some bigger things.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at that finesse for Jay. That's very interesting. I know a lot of people probably don't want to move up for Randall, but man, you think about that there. He got Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, the 2022 first round to New York for Randall. You know what's crazy about that? You get rid of all Julius Randle money. You know what I mean? That Harrison Barnes for 1 year after that. But the way Randall played last night, it makes you wonder how, but I heard that Jake Fisher, man, I don't know how Jake Fisher's out there. I don't know how legit he is, but he is out there in a lot of the blogs and everything. But he was talking about the Knicks were talking about trading Randall. I don't know how true it is. That's why I don't say. I know it's not coming from me. I know it's coming from out there. I try to just go out there like everybody else do here. You in Bleacher Report, you in Real GM, you in Hoops.com, wherever you might be at. You hear this stuff. You wonder how real it is, but finesse Jay, that's very interesting right there. I mean, you get Harrison Barnes and Davion Mitchell in the 2021 first round. Oh my God, Davion Mitchell with him and Grimes, you won't score in that backcourt.
You know what this feels like, guys? It feels like it's preseason all over again.
Yeah, it does.
We're talking about DeRozan, Levine, Oubre. Bring them guys here. Bring them guys here. Nick said, nah, wait till out. Fournier, big signing. Then we get Kemba, right? Now it was like we got all these people out here that we want. Westbrook, CJ McCullough, Trey Randall, and then it's nothing happening. So I just feel like I don't want them to make the same mistake they made this year in preseason. So honestly, the way I'm thinking right now in 48 hours, they might not even do anything, guys.
Yeah.
And just wait until the summer.
Yeah.
Because we're losing time right now, guys, and we're losing, and it's not happening. So it's like they might be looking at like, you know what? Hey, we're gonna try to win. We might just have to soft think this thing out, get some more draft picks, and then build through the draft and make trades in the summertime.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you to a extent, KJ, but they also got to get ready for the summertime because you have to get rid of some of them deals, and I think they do. I think Kemba gone. I think the Knicks don't let a lot of stuff out in the atmosphere, man. They haven't. They recently, since Scott Perry been here, you never knew that somebody was coming to the Knicks before the Knicks knew. They don't put it out there. I think the Knicks will make a deal, but you have to get rid of them contract because we going in next year with no cap space. If we don't get that rid of them guys, somebody next year, I don't think nobody's gonna want them because they up against a lot of competition.
Exactly.
You going up against now we don't wheel and deal now. What happens in the summertime? You compete against more teams. You know what I mean? And I think the Knicks will and deal. I think they're gonna do something. I don't think the Knicks gonna stand packed because I think they need to eat like Jermaine said, and I agree. Even in the worst case scenario, you move Burks and Kemba Walker to free up
19 million.
Yeah, at least free up Cam Reddish some time and grind some guaranteed time and when my man come back, Derrick Rose. So I do understand that point. I do get it, but I think they do something, man. I don't think they're gonna stand pat because they know right now with that amount of money they got sitting there and they're not going nowhere. You better try to get rid of it now because it might be hard in the summer. It really will because a lot. That's what a lot of teams are doing now. They position themselves. The Knicks better get up in this piece, Sharp Howard, and just try to wheel and deal. At least even if you wheel and deal to free up the roster spots. You know what I mean? That's the most important. It's not even about bringing right now. We don't bring in no major talent, but man, free up them roster spots to get these young boys out there to get them ready for next year. Anyway, but we only a game and a half out of the buy-in. Now you could even be in the buy-in and still might be in the lottery. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm saying that right. I think you can. I think you literally can be in the buy-in and still might be able to be in the lottery. Guys, if I'm wrong, y'all find out from me. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I thought you still can do that. So let's say the Knicks get in the buy-in, and then when the season over, they still got a chance to get it popping. But I think they're gonna do something though. I don't think they're gonna stand pat. I just don't think they're gonna stand pat, man. I hope not. KJ, I hope this one time I hope you're wrong. I want them cat to wheel and deal, man. So I hear you though.
I gotta reverse it, man. Like we ain't been. Woo! It's been rough, man. It's been another rough season, but man, we still got time left to come back. But man, they making it harder and harder for us in Knicks Real Talk family. They making it hard for us, guys.
Shop out. What you think, man? Do you think we're gonna do something before Thursday or right at Thursday?
This has been my thing since a couple of games back, man. I'm 100%. I wouldn't have mind. I ain't gonna front. After talking about CJ last night, I was kind of amped for CJ. We could use somebody of his character to do some on the team, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. Back the one of the things I was saying maybe a week or so ago or something like that. The moves that I seen was Burks and Kemba to just to get those two guys out of the lineup so Grimes and Reddish could have some playing time, and we also gather up about $18-19 million from them. And then we'll have a little bit of battle money because we still come off with Noah's money this year, another $6 million. And then that $2 million from the Reddish deal and the LA deal, we have about $26 million somewhere around there to, at least we have something to try to acquire some. And our picks, in the summer. I think we staying with Fournier the rest of this year. I don't think Fournier is leaving, but I think Fournier, Noel, maybe D Rose, will probably be moved in some contracts over the summer with a little bit of money, some picks, something like that. So I think that 10-man rotation with IQ going into the starting lineup will probably be what the Knicks probably do, and that's let go of Kimba and Burks. That's probably about the easiest thing that they could do right now. Burks is making it so they ain't going hard right now because he's not playing the way we know him as that switch army knife and stuff like that. He's been stinking it up a little bit. He's playing, but like KJ said earlier, he looks tired, man. When he gets out on that floor now, man, he don't know if he's gonna be the starting point guard or if he's gonna be coming off the bench, if he's gonna play 19 minutes or if he's gonna play 36 minutes. He don't know, man. And it's hard for him to come out there and try to really produce and make himself shine just in case if he does get moved. But if he gets moved, he will not be playing the same type of minutes that he gets here at the Knicks. He knows that he'll probably be coming off the bench and just getting in there for 8, 10, 12 minutes a night just to come in there and light a fire or keep the light the microwave or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We got to get off of Kemba and we got to get off of Burks and let this 10-man rotation. Let's see what we can do with this 10-man rotation.
Yeah. I think at the Thursday, it'll let us know definitely what we're gonna do. Here's the reason why I say that. By Thursday, you will know whether your record gonna be good enough to stay there, or
Right.
you know the player's gonna be here. But D. Ross, the reason why I left that up there, you said the deal is done already. Stay tuned by Randall. Elaborate a little more for me, brother, because you got me thinking right now. But hey, let me ask you a question.
D. Roger.
Let's say if the Kings were deciding to send Harrison Barnes to the Knicks, and they take Fournier. The Knicks got to do that.
Of course,
they got to do it. They got to
cut costs.
Got to cut costs, and you got a cat who's been around, and I think that's a good move too, man. We just need to move. We got to move a couple of contracts. I really would love to see the Alex Burks and Kemba Walker first and foremost. I agree with you guys 100%, and I think that might be legit there because I do think that makes sense because now you got Fox, you bring in Fournier who's a good stretch shooter. And you got Sabonis, so you got your point guard. You got somebody like Sabonis who could bang in the middle and shoot the three occasionally. Then you got a sniper like when he on like Evan Fournier,
right?
And that's not a bad deal. And JW 100% right. The Knicks are looking for salary dumps because they want to go on a free agency next year and try to get something popping. So I do think it can be interesting about that, man. I'm dying to see how it's going to go the next couple of days, man. I know we all are. We all are really interested to see how this thing's going to go. And see what the direction Knicks gonna go. I think they make some moves here or there because we do want to, either way it go. We still can still compete for this playing and still have these young guys here popping. I think we got enough young talent to still fight for that spot, especially with Bradley Beal going down for the season. He's gone. He's out with a wrist injury. He's getting surgery. He's done. Washington probably wound up reeling. I think they're gonna wind up wheeling dealing somebody too. You know what I mean? And but I do think that we still can make some moves to free up some salary and still compete. I think Long, Julius Randle, and R.J. Barrett here, and Mitchell Robinson, with them young guys, I think we still can compete. You just got to bring in somebody who's more consistent than Fournier and Alex Burks and Kemba. So whether it be Grimes, whether it be Cam Reddish, if they could help us out more than what Burks and them is doing to a degree, then I still think we can still get that play in. You know what I mean? I don't think it's far fetched. You got more energy. You got more. When you got guys who hungry, they play harder. So Cam Reddish is hungry. He's gonna play harder than Fournier. Now, I'm not knocking the Fournier for anything. I mean, he's a good player. That's why he got his money. But I do think that guys like Cam Reddish is hungrier. I think Grimes is hungrier. Shit, at this point, the way our point guard situation, I don't know why you ain't playing. I know we beating a dead horse by not saying why you're not playing Deuce McBride, but at this point, what you got to lose? So so I think it's gonna be interesting the next couple of days. I think they can get a pop in KJ. I just think they gotta, go into tonight. You down Mitchell Robinson, you're down Grimes, you're down Noel. To me, you could either go Sims, Randall, Obi, Cam Reddish at the 4. You know what I mean? You can go a couple of routes tonight, man.
Right.
I hope that Tom Thibodeau kind of utilize everybody he got. He gonna need them, like you said. They're playing in the high altitude, and that's why the name of the show today is Nick's Attitude in the High Altitude.
Yeah,
we playing in the high altitude, and we got to go down there and use every soldier we got tonight, because it's gonna be tough. Coming, like you said, KJ, you hit it right on the head. Coming from Utah to Denver in a high altitude, we're gonna need all our soldiers tonight. So I'm hoping that's what they do tonight.
right. And you know what? You need all hands on deck. That's the key. You need hands on deck. And what we got to figure out now, and what they got to figure out is, if it's not Julius Randle long term, we got to keep Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett for the infrastructure and build around those two players. If we're going that route. But as far as tonight, guys, everybody, Sims, you talk about hungry Devon, Jericho Sims is sitting up. Don't forget the man. Did the man start the first game, I believe, of the season?
No, Mitch did. He played, but Mitch started.
Okay, he played, but he came right in for Mitchell Robinson. Mm-hmm. So if you got a guy like that, and we were 5-1 at the beginning, I'm like, why did you lead that? Because Taj Gibson was out. So my thing is, you got a young guy that was getting NBA minutes in the beginning of the season, and then we stopped playing him. Why was that? When the guy was grabbing those rebounds, imagine if this guy would have played all these games now. Look at Grimes. Look at his maturation. So
exactly
he's on that bench right now. Play that guy. Now, there should be no reason why Tip should not play him tonight when we're down 2 centers. So that means, guess what, guys? We're going to rely against Taj Gibson as our starting center tonight against an all-star, the MVP all-star that punishes guys. We're going to need that guy tonight. We're going to need Obi to step up at the 5. All hands on deck. Play these young guys. Again, a back-to-back situation in high altitude weather is not great. Not good at all. So play McBride. We're gonna start saying signs. Play McBride signs got to go up sooner or later, because we gotta win. The defense wins the games, and he's soaking on the bench, Devon. And I just feel like if we're not gonna do anything, why not just bench all these guys? Let the young guys play. See what we got going to next year. Because at this point, it's getting another.
Yeah, you breaking up.
We're playing free deadline. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, you was breaking up a little bit. Sorry. Hey George, I don't have a problem with the Harrison Barnes thing, George, because I just want to follow up with George. He said, "What do y'all think about the Harrison Barnes rumors?" I'm good with Harrison Barnes for that 1-year deal. If you can't, he's the closest you're going to get to aspiring, because at next year when he played, he on a 1-year deal. That's aspiring. You could trade him. You know what I mean? So it's a good look. You could put him in a trade deal in the summer. A team would take Harrison Barnes on a 1-year on an aspiring deal next year. So if you do get Harrison Barnes, that's 18 to 20 million. Like 20 million, you're freeing up, because you could put him in a sign a trade with somebody, or you could do whatever. You could move his contract pretty easy. He's a veteran that a lot of teams wouldn't have a problem on, because he's a good veteran ball player. So George, I think it's a good deal, man. I don't have a problem with Knicks getting Harrison Barnes to get, especially if you can get Fournier out of here and free up them 3 years. I just think that makes a lot of sense to me, and hopefully they do something like that, and we'll see how I go from there. Salute to the chat, everybody, man. Real talk, salute everybody, man. I hope y'all had a good day. I'm sorry, I mean to be y'all out there, but salute everybody. Let's get it popping. Keep this energy flowing. You guys got some good stuff going on up here, man. Keep bringing us some thoughts and ideas, because it sounds good for real. Like Queen Court said, I agree. When we are eliminated, the organization is not going to wave the white flag. Yeah, absolutely. A Queen, I always say that the Knicks don't operate like that. No team normally operate like that. They wait till you mathematically out of it. And I think all NBA teams do that. You don't throw in the white towel till you know you out of it, because I think that would be a bad look for us to have all that money in them guys that we got and throw in the towel without pushing, moving forward. So I think salute my man-child, salute. And George, so I'm glad you brought that up, George. I was telling you guys the same thing. Jake Fritz said that Knicks was in it at the 11th hour over Fournier in the first. You know what I mean? And that would have been a good look, because I thought Fournier would go well in Cleveland. They could use a shooter like Fournier in Cleveland around all them big boys and Gary's Garland. That would have been nice. But obviously, I think what it is, some teams got better packages than us. It ain't that the Knicks is not trying. It's that some teams got better packages. And you really can't do nothing about that. You know what I mean? You can put it out there. If they don't want it, ain't nothing you can do. So I don't think the Knicks just rest on their laurels, not out there making efforts. I just think that some teams got better deals, and we don't have no aspirants on our team. You know what I mean? And just like that's what we trying to do. We trying to do like Portland trying to do. Actually, we trying to clear some space, get a player or two in here, and clear some space for next year. That's why I think they need to. I love the Harrison Barnes thing. Depending on what they do, you could throw Marvin Bagley in there. If you can get Marvin Bagley for Noel, oh my God, that'd be nice. For that. Yeah, man, because he got Noel make 10, he make 11. He got an expiring deal. That's a good look. And Nick P, I like the Colin Sexton thing. I'm just wondering how much he's gonna cost us for the stint in him, because he's about to get an extension next year. So I wanted Colin Sexton early in the year, but when we signed all these other guys, it all depends. It really do. I don't have a problem with Colin Sexton. Coming off an injury, but he's a dog. He can get it popping. But we also got guys down here like McBride. You know what I mean? Do we waste 20, 30, 25 million on him when you got McBride there who can't score like him, at least not yet. He haven't been able to show it because he hasn't been on that higher level in the NBA enough to show improve. But I like that. Hey, Fabian, I still think that's a good move right there. I just think I think the Christian Wood, hey, man, I think that's a good move to me. I like he got one more year left on his deal. John Wall, he got a year, and after this, have a year, a full year, and after that, them joints is gone, man. You got your salary cap money back. George said, "What about Mo Bamba for Fournier?" Yeah, I do that. I don't know if they'll do it, but I would. I think the money don't match though. You had to come up with some more pieces, George. I think you might have to throw in Nerlens. They might have to throw in something with Mo Bamba. Because Fournier make 19 million, Mo Bamba make like 5 or 6, so they would definitely have to. Man, child, that's crazy, man. After Mitch had that dominant game last night, he got to sit out tonight, but it's back to back. But I think his back is hurting. But Mitch, I wish he was playing tonight against the Joker, man. I want to see that. I want to see Mitch go up against that man, and he had too many people stop that man. But I think Mitch probably would have slowed him down a little bit. But then again, Mitch might have been real tired tonight because he played last night in a high altitude. So it might have been a blessing that Mitch is sitting out. Shaw Power threw a monkey wrench in the game, talking about maybe they sent them out because they think they trade him. I'm like, don't do that to me, Mom.
Oh, please. I had to put that out there, man, because these are the games that you sit and watch and you see who sitting down, because just hypothetically, if you sitting down, you may be ready to be traded because no one wants you to go out here tonight and play tonight and twist your ankle or tear your AC, your MR, your AC, tear your Achilles or blow out your kneecap or twist or break your wrist or something like that. They don't want that if you get ready to get traded. So Mitch not being out there, I'm just throwing some monkey wrenches out there. That's my guy, but I just throwing that out there. Who's to say? His back is hurt. Sit him out tonight. He's gonna be moved tomorrow morning.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, man, child. I'm hoping we see Sims tonight. We were talking about that earlier. I hope we do see Sims tonight. This is the perfect time to get that young man some burn. Noel and Mitch is out. If Tibbs don't play Sims tonight, there's something wrong, bro. Whew. Is something wrong. I would be disappointed. I thought my man was gonna play last night, so McBride. So I mean, you know what I mean.
Joker gonna sub in Julius Randle and Obi Toppin at the 4 and 5 back and forth.
I'm telling it might be like that. You know how Tibbs is, man. Peace. You know how Tibbs is. Man. Tonight we short staffed, so now he's gonna run a 7-man rotation tonight, man.
Don't even do that to Tibbs tonight,
man.
And we just see too much.
I believe it or not, though. I think you see Deuce and Sims tonight. Well, Kimba's starting tonight, correct? Because Kimba, he didn't play on that back-to-back. So
that's our parents.
See, so I mean, you still get to see Alice Burks. You still get to see Kimba Walker. So that
right.
That's tough. Well, I know we're going for the win, but he still need to empty that bench tonight, like Nick P said. To go out there, they need to empty that bench tonight, man, because that's coming off of Utah and then going right to Denver. That's tough. That's tough. You got to be able to make sure Tibbs stretch that lineup. He should go 12 deep if we have to tonight. He literally should stretch that bench tonight, because them guys by the halftime, the cats gonna be gasping for air. They're gonna be gasping for air. So let's see if Tibbs makes some adjustments tonight, everybody. and see that he make adjustments and get these guys in there and just to get these guys some time to get they win. You know what I mean? Get they win and get back in the game. And my man said Todd 48 minutes.
Absolutely. That's where I'm at. You're gonna have 46 minutes. Sim's gonna have 2 minutes, and that's gonna be the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but you know what? I think Tibbs stretched him out tonight. I mean, we might get on him, but he one thing about him, man, he know this is back to back. He know that altitude. I don't think Tibbs will want to roll like that tonight. I think he would, knowing that he down Mitchell Robinson, knowing he down Grimes. I know he know that he's not going to be able to keep them guys on a long leash because they would be winded. I know Tibbs might be stubborn like that, but he ain't stupid. I just don't think the man's stupid. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that he just, realized that he got to stretch the bench tonight because for this various reason right here. And I think he will. I mean, he's a professional coach. I know we could get on him and everything, but at the same time, he's not going to put nobody career in jeopardy like that. Tibbs know that he got to play Sims or he got to play these guys, rest them a little bit because they came off a back-to-back in a high altitude. All real talk. I know he's gonna do that. I'm not even worried about Sims. I'm not worried about Tibbs tonight.
Yo,
that I'm not worried about. Just yeah. I'm not worried about that.
Oh man, y'all funny, man. Y'all I'm just saying that. I'm hoping Tibbs, being an optimistic guy that I am, man, I'm hoping Tibbs come out there tonight and play. Like you said, it's about 12 people on the pitch. I hope everybody gets some burn tonight. But in my heart, knowing Tibbs, yeah, man, we might see that 7-man rotation tonight, man. And like Sam Ho said, we might see Taj with 38 minutes tonight. You know what I mean?
You're not going to see that.
I hope not, man. That's what I'm hoping.
You're not going to see that because one thing I could say, like I said about it's not about that because you're putting guys' life on the line. You putting guys' life on the line. You go and run them guy like that. Tibbs know that Al Bergson played all up in Utah last night. He ain't gonna do that. I know it might be sound crazy, but Tibbs ain't that type of dude. He might play as veterans because he got to play in the win game, but knowing that he down a bunch of soldiers, I guarantee you won't see that tonight. I could put some money in that right now if anybody want to lose some.
hey, Sha, I mean, Devon, I do feel what Sha's saying because Tibbs been like this way all year around, but there's no way he should do it. But
he shouldn't. Oh man. Salute to the guard, man.
I don't want to get in that because I'm going to spoil the show by talking about this. I don't want to get off my flow of the show because then we start going to out of my segment break what we really talking about. Yes. Tibbs haven't played him out. Tibbs and all this year didn't play in Denver and Utah on the back-to-back all year long. You can't compare what he did all year long compared to playing on the back-to-back at a high altitude in Denver and Utah compared to what he did all year long. You can't do that. That's not fair to him because we haven't did that all year. And I don't think Tibbs will put them dudes in that situation. I've been watching Tibbs coach for a long time since he's been doing this. He wouldn't do that to that team because he's not going to win the game that way. Why would he do that knowing that he's not going to win the game that way? He want to win. Tibbs want to win the game. He don't want to lose. So by keeping them guys near that minute, he know he'll lose because they be tired. Tibbs, they like that. I can get what y'all saying about he do that during the course of the season, but he's not going to do that knowing that he need to win this game because that's a losing method. You would lose if you play them guys on a back-to-back for Utah and a short rotation, injured players. How you going to keep them in there? Them got to be down by 40. Tibbs ain't that stupid. Tibbs going to do what he got to do to win the game. Tibbs, one thing about him, you might not like what he doing, but he trying to win the game. Tibbs don't go in the game to lose. That's one thing Tibbs don't do. He going in to win the game. He just doing it the way he think he got to do it. But he ain't going in there to lose. Tibbs has got a high winning percentage to do his whole career. Tibbs don't coach to lose games. I can guarantee you that much because he wouldn't be in New York first of all, and the man ain't got the record he got by doing the things that he's doing trying to lose. I disagree with that. So I just think that he's gonna get the best out of the guy. Whoever hot tonight, he gonna probably have to go with them. But I don't think he's gonna run them guys in the ground coming out of Utah and then going to Denver. I just think that I don't believe that. I've never seen Tibbs do that. Since he's been coaching, like I said, we might get on him how long he plays players, but other than that, and then when he do play him, and I don't like if he do play him, that he giving him the opportunity. Look what happened to Quickly the other night. Look what happened to Grimes the other night. Look what happened to Obi. That's why he's doing that because them cats ain't showing up. So that's why he gotta play him. it's one thing if these cats was going hard, like Obi Toppin was scoring like he's scoring on a regular basis. Tiz wouldn't have to run Julius Randle 38, 40 minutes, but he trying to win games too. So if Obi don't got it, he ain't got no choice but to throw Julius Randle out there for 40 minutes because there ain't nobody else doing nothing. So sometimes you got to be realistic about why he doing it because everybody else not popping. When Burks ain't popping, when Fournier ain't popping, what else he gonna do? Ain't nobody else popping. So if I'm playing about a bunch of dudes and y'all cats ain't popping, I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to stay in the game the longest because I'm the one popping. I think sometimes we can't always put it on Tibbs. We got to look at what the Knicks gave him. We got to look at the reason why he might got to play Randle 40 minutes. If Obi go in the game and don't do nothing, you got to pull him out. You can't have him in there stinking up the joint. So I think we got to be fair with Tibbs sometime when it comes to why he running guys a long time. Because like I said yesterday in the stream, we putting a lot of pressure on these young guys to perform when they're not ready. And then you asking Tibbs to play these young boys, they ain't even got it. And then when they keep Randle in there or RJ in there, who else gonna do it? If Fournier ain't got it popping, if Burks ain't got it popping, who gonna pop for the Knicks to win a game anyway? And Tibbs is about winning. So what I'm trying to say is he got to do that sometime because the other guys ain't doing nothing. He got to do it, and that's when I see them. Y'all remember Fournier stunk up this joint the whole first half of the season. Who was he gonna go to that's gonna do what Fournier could do? Burks didn't have it. Grimes wasn't ready. He just came into the league. These guys were babies, man. I just think that get a little bit of blown out of proportion sometimes by him playing guys a lot of minutes. When you asking these guys to come in here and do things. Look what happened in LA the other night. He gave Grimes opportunity, 0. Quickly, 0. Obi, 4 points. What do Tiz supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
What he supposed to do?
Well, I think we say more Divine. It's just been his pedigree all year round. I see what you're saying as far as playing these guys back and forth, playing these minutes. It's the rotations. You don't got to play that long. You don't got to play Randle all first quarter. Give him a breather, put him back in with the second unit. But I feel what you're saying on that. So it's twofold. Go both ways with it. But that's here nor there.
Yeah. I think you as a coach, you go with the guys who give you the best chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe.
That's true. Fact.
You go with the best player. You go with the player who can help. If Tibbs wasn't trying to win, he go with Randle. You take Randle off the Knicks right now,
and we've seen that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When Obi don't got it popping, who could when you take Randle out the game for the Knicks? And we're gonna change it. I want to get it. If you take Randle out the lineup for the Knicks, who coming off the Knicks bench can pop like that?
Nobody doing it.
None of them.
Nobody. There's nobody who could pop like that. See, I think what we underestimate that we don't got a lot of supreme talent. We got talent, but we don't have supreme talent. You know what I mean? And like I said, you asking these young guys to come here. You asking Obi Toppin to come behind Julius Randle and drop 20 and 10 on a regular, or drop 15 and 9. Sometimes Obi Toppin give you 4 points. Sometimes they give you 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's hard as a coach. You're a coach. You know better than me. If you got a bunch of guys on the court with you, and them guys ain't performing, and you trying to win, if you're trying to win, you got to go with the best you got. I mean, and I just think that until the Knicks once the Knicks get better talent wise, and I think Tibbs know that he got guys who he can rely on and trust that if I take this man out, I know this guy right here. Put like this here. Can you imagine Carmelo Anthony behind Julius Randle? It's different than Obi Toppin.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
If you had Terrence Ross behind this guy, it's different than this guy because they talented and they know they can do this. But when you got these young boys who just got here, I mean, it's hard to throw this pressure on them dudes, man. That's why what we just said a few minutes ago in the segment, our bench been stinking it up, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So if our bench been sticking it up, who we gonna go with? Who we gonna rely on? Derrick Rose is not here.
Right.
I think you got to also take that into consideration. Sometimes is that I'm not trying to take away from what Tibbs do right or wrong. I said we also got to look at both sides of the fence. Why Tibbs may have to do it. The Knicks put that man in a bad situation because he brought in guys that just not. This is KJ. This is your model. They're not consistent. They never consistent. 1 minute this guy got 4 points. 1 minute quickly might have 14. For the next 3 days he might got 2. Obi Toppin might have a 21-9 game, but the next 10 games, 4. You know, I think that Tibbs is in a tough situation with that man. That's why he wanted the way he wanted, and now that I think it's just tough. But hopefully tonight he better play them dudes. He better stretch that damn lineup all the way to it, go to wherever. You know what I mean? Because he's gonna have to. And I think he will. I think he will. I think he will. I'm confident he'll play that night. But I just want to throw it out there because I think sometimes it's just talent, man. It's talent. Talent wins in this league. Talent wins, bro. I mean, talent wins. You know what I mean? And like I said, we are asking these young guys to come here and clean up a lot of the mess. When Julius Randle and them stinking up the first quarter and Fournier stinking it up, you ask these guys to come here and clean up for a bunch of grown men. You ask the young guys who just been in the league for 6 months, just got to the NBA. You putting too much pressure on them to come in here and do what Fournier do, to do what Randall do, to do what RJ do. You can't ask them guys that. They ain't ready for that yet. You know what I mean? And that's why Tibbs got to put Randall out there for 40 minutes. Because Obi Toppin ain't going to do it. You know, look at the other night. He shot one brick, shot a 3-point brick, and that's all he did. So I would have snatched him out too. Bad, you ain't got it, bro. In LA, prime example. What's his name? Emmanuel Quickly. Soon as you get in the first quarter, 3 fouls, just not doing nothing. You got to get him out of there. You know what I mean? And the only thing I wish he would do that. See, I understand why he do it with Burks and Fournier, but if he take them out, who they got? It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough being in a Tibbs situation, man. I mean, I'm not mad at Tibbs, man. Tibbs bought us 41-31 last year with a bum lineup, with a bum squad. 41-31-4. Nobody was saying that about Tibbs like that last year.
No.
He took us to the 4th seed last year with guys on $5 million contracts. And the only one was making over double-digit contract was Julius Randle. RJ coming into it, just going through his first and second year. He took them boys all the way to the 4th seed with a bum squad. Now this year they bringing some more money, and that ain't his fault. It ain't Tibbs' fault. They brought in Fournier and Kemba Walker, and the shit went different. If you would have left Reggie Bullock here or Elvis Payne, we might not be talking about the way we talk about Tibbs right now. But you brought in 2 guys and a bunch of rookies, and you didn't make the team better to me. You kind of made it go the other way. But now everybody want to run Tibbs out of New York, but y'all ain't want to run him out of here last year. We were talking about 50 wins this year. Everybody in this chat, 48, 50 wins. Now we going the other way. Now Tibbs is to blame. Tibbs ain't to blame with this. The players make the shots. The players shoot the ball. If Fournier didn't have a pop in the first half of the season, we expected him to come in here and drop 18 a game. He was stinking up the joint. You can't blame Tibbs for that. You can't blame Tibbs for Kemba Walker going solo. That's why Tibbs put him on the bench. That's why Tibbs took him out of the rotation, brother, because he wasn't doing it. So I don't know what to say, man. I think that man getting an unfair shot in New York this year because we losing. See, that's what happens when you lose. All the negative stuff come out, but when you're winning, it's all good, and winning cures all. But right now, I just to get back to y'all, I don't want to get back to what y'all saying. No, I don't think Tibbs will do that tonight. I think Tibbs will stretch that lineup out because he won't put them dudes in jeopardy on a back-to-back in a high altitude and risk injuries and risk them cats getting hurt and getting blown out the gym. I don't think he'd do that tonight. That's not Tom Thibodeau. I've never seen Tibbs do that. You know what I mean? I've been watching Tibbs since he was in Chicago. You know what I mean? He won't do that. He's smarter than that. So you will see Sims tonight. You will see Obi Moore at the 4 and Julius Randle at the 5. You're going to see a lot of that tonight because them cats to be tied at the first quarter. We get blown out by 40 points if we don't do that. So I don't think that's what he's going to do. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. But, we just got to get it popping. We got to go down there and get it popping, man, and win this game. Trading up the buzzers out there. Shaw Powers, I'm sorry I'm going on a rant, but sometimes it happens. I'm the host of the show. Sometimes I get on that little rant.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, that's what I do. Just try to bring real talk, man. That's what I do. I ain't gonna spit no hyperbole up here. It's many ways to skin a cat. So I just want to, we all got different opinions sometimes, but they are real. They are real. There's a difference of opinion. But I do see Cam Reddish playing a lot tonight. I do see Sims playing. I do see him and Todd split the minutes. I do see Obi get more minutes at the 4 or 5 maybe. And I do see, obviously they got Kemba Walker back, but if we want for Kemba Walker coming back, Shaw Powers, I do think that you would have seen Bride. But I think because of Kemba Walker's back in the lineup, he's going to use Allen Burks and Kemba Walker at that 1. So I don't think you might see that much of McBride tonight, but I do think you're going to see Cam Reddish a lot, Obi Toppin and Jericho Sims you'll see play tonight.
Yeah, I mean tonight, with both our big men out tonight, and also with Grimes out, it makes it a little a little difficult to see how the lineups are going to be and who's going to be supplemented into the to play the game tonight. Like I was over here joking about the 7-man rotation because I believe Tibbs is going to stretch the lineup out tonight.
Mhm.
He has no choice to because he's already short as it is. So I believe we see a nice amount of minutes for Sims tonight. I wish we get 2 minutes in for Kemba and Grimes and Deuce gets out there and gets some minutes tonight, man. I really would like to see Deuce out on the court tonight, especially if Sims is going to be on the court. Him and Sims has played together in the G League a couple of times, and I think they have a knowing of each other, where to go, what spot you're going to be in, and how I'm going to throw this ball up here so you could grab it in the air and throw it in the hole. So
Mhm.
let's hope that we see Deuce tonight, and if we see Deuce, I hope he's in there with Sims because they already have like a little they play together, in the G League
Mhm.
together, and I think there'll be a really something exciting on the floor to see tonight.
Yeah, a lot of why I say a lot of why I said Tim starting Todd at the 3 tonight.
A lot.
That's a good. Hey, hey, that's a funny one right there. That's a good one. Hey, Todd is a natural power forward. I don't know why the Knicks didn't even use him a lot at the power forward this year, man. That's his natural position. I never knew understood that
Yes.
neither. But you know what? I do think that like I said, I understand where everybody comes from. Like it's a shame that when Kimmel Walker stick up the joint or Fournier don't pick it, but I
Yeah.
do get what y'all saying about why he don't bring them guys in. But I think with Tim probably realized that them guys not going to do what they doing either. Some of them not ready. You know what I mean? But let's see tonight, man. I think them guys are super talented. That they are a talented team. Right now, if you had to ask all of the betters out there, they probably picking Denver to kill us tonight. Coming off a back to back, down your horse, Mitchell Robinson, down one of your premier young guys in Grimes, good defender. Real, you down Noel. You missing 3 defenders out of that lineup tonight. Grimes, Noel, and Mitch. 3 of your top defenders when they on. So I do think it's going to be a tough task for us, but it is got to be next man up, KJ, and just go in there and do what you can do with what you got. And I think that's what Ted's been dealing with all year. He got to do what he got. So I do think that's what he's going to have to do. Yeah, real quick, Jordan. I think as far as I know, Kemba Walker and Todd Gibson's gonna be in there, and I think Evan Fournier, Randall, and RJ Barrett. But like I was saying, KJ, I mean they're a superior team than us, man. But we still got to go get it popping.
Right, and that's what these guys been practicing for. Next man up mentality. No matter if it's 1 through 15 on the bench, it's going to take all 15 guys to get it done. So
Right.
he just has to step up. Players got to play, and hopefully somebody can get hot that has been playing. And maybe hopefully it's Cam Reddish. It could be a Sims and McBride. But them guys get an opportunity tonight, and all it takes is one opportunity. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen this happen before.
Yep.
Jeremy Lin, perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
It happened for other players before. You get hot, you get minutes because it's like you see sample sizes. Oh man, well maybe the reason I got to start that player again. Let me get him in. You start seeing different games again. So hopefully that'll happen tonight for us guys. And it's going to have to happen tonight if we want to win. It's going to happen now. Hopefully it's going to have to happen tonight. So it's just them guys have been buried deep on the bench. Hey, it's your time. Step up, do what you got to do, and you never know what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah, facts. Hey, well, Grimes did it. Grimes took when Derrick Rose went down. And that's what I think. That's what I was trying to say the whole time. Them guys not taking advantage of that opportunity. Grimes did. Grimes took advantage of his opportunity when Derrick Rose went down. Ted put him in that rotation. He made Ted force him to stay in there, and that's what Cam Reddish got to do. While Cam Reddish is out there, like I said yesterday, he got to take advantage of the opportunity. Make Ted have to keep you in there.
Make him think.
You know what I mean? And I think that to me, I think the only one got a bad shape so far was McBride. I get it, but I think he's the only one I don't say got a bad shape because Tibbs wanted to win so much. He thought Alex Burks and Kim gave him the best shot at winning. And I might disagree with that. I told y'all early in the year, I don't know why the Knicks not start McBride. Start him. And that's what I'm saying. But because the money, the veteran, and this and that, Ted think it's different. And I get it. He ain't a perfect coach. And he do some things that I don't agree with a lot neither. But he is a good coach, though. he this year, I think it's just so different with the pieces they gave him. You know, they even last year when what's the name, Alpha Payton, even with Alpha Payton and Reggie Bullock, guess who came off the bench behind them? Alex Burks. You understand what I'm saying? Then who's coming off the bench behind Alex Burks? A rookie. Last year, at least when Reggie Bullock went out, you had a veteran like Alex Burks coming off of him behind the bench. Or maybe when my man Alpha Payton went out, you had Derrick Rose. See, it's different this year because even like RJ had quickly coming behind him. You know, but this year you got rookies coming behind these guys because they are injured. Now this year you got Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose out. Now you got a rookie coming behind him. Now you got Alex Burks when he's moving out. Who's coming behind RJ Barrett? 9 out of 10 is going to be a rookie. So it's just I think the team got a little bit more weaker to me, experience-wise and intelligent-wise, because these guys know how to play the game. That's why this team is reeling the way they reel it. Because without Derrick Rose here, you're asking the rookie to do what Alex Burks normally did anyway last year. You asking McBride and all he got to do what normally Derrick Rose did last year. You know, and I just think it's hard to win from a winning standpoint, but development standpoint, that's why I'm hoping at the trading deadline, if Knicks ain't going nowhere, then you just develop them cats. You just develop them all, get them ready for next year. But into the meantime, it's just pretty tough. You know, it's pretty tough, man. But we got to get it popping no matter what. We got to go down there in Denver tonight, get it going. Hopefully, you might hear the Harrison Barnes thing out here. You know, you might see Harrison Barnes come here. You're going to see some willing. I think that they're still going to make a deal, guys. I think the next 2 days, Shaw Powell, I think we still make a move. I don't think the Knicks going to stand packed. I think the Knicks make a move in the next couple of days. I really believe that.
It's definitely evident if they're going to do something, man, especially after tonight's game. And I hope something happens tomorrow. Tomorrow they don't have a game. It's Wednesday, and they have a lot of time to finagle and do what they got to do. And hopefully tomorrow is the day right before the deadline that they really make a move. Because if I'm not mistaken, they play on Thursday night.
Yep.
Right. So they play on Thursday night. So I think if we make a move, we'll probably strike late tonight, early tomorrow morning, get that guy and into the camp, talk to everybody, see who he's going to do. If we're going to pull somebody in there tomorrow, will be the day to know if we're going to release some players and bring a player or two back from off a contract like this Barnes deal we're talking about.
I'm very interested to see about that Barnes thing. Who is it going to be for? That's what I'm really interested to see. Who are they going to be for? Is it going to be Julius Randle? Is it going to be Fournier? Is it going to be Burks and Kemba? I mean, knowing if they do that, knowing the Sacramento Kings, obviously it don't look like they're going for a rebuild. They was going for a rebuild. They would have sent out. I think they would have sent out. De'Aaron Fox instead of Halliburton.
Yeah.
So I do think that they might be looking at, well, we got De'Aaron Fox, we got Sabonis. They might be looking to plug somebody in to go along with them guys for next year. So they might say, because you got Rashad Holmes, they don't move Rashad Holmes. That means you got Rashad Holmes at the 5, you got Sabonis at the 4. They might be looking for a 3.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it will be interesting. And the guard sent me and say he hopes it's Randall. You know what? The contract, I don't have no problem with freeing Randall contract up. You know, it's tough, man. He got a bad blow. The Cat been playing ball for us, man. He really did things for us in New York last year, man. Helped guide his team to a place where we haven't been in 8-9 years. Thanks to Julius Randle. Julius Randle was on the Knicks last year. We was in the basement. Yep. So I don't want to lose sight of what he did for us last year and the talent that Julius Randle had. But the only problem with the Julius Randle thing is are we going to be able to take 4 years of him getting booed when he do something wrong or the fan base will turn on him? If that's the case, you move him. I'm not moving Julius Randle because of what he can do on the court. I'm just concerned about the mental makeup, and if he do something, it's just something that the fan base don't agree with. He start getting booed in MSG for the whole year. We ain't gonna be able to take that.
No,
we ain't gonna be able to take that. So if you have to root Randle for that reason only, then you just got to do what you got to do. So if he in that Harrison Barnes deal, I'm going to tell you. Nobody's KJ. Anybody can get traded. I mean, and I think right now RJ's the cornerstone. So I do think RJ the cornerstone, and we have to see how that go, man.
Hey, Devon, you said it perfectly, man. Winning cures everything. We were winning, none of this stuff, like no trait. But it's New York and like anywhere. Other teams right now, other team is doing bad as us, but it's so we're in a magnified glass. It's magnified. It's big. It's New York City. It's us. Season we had last year. It's us. It's about us. And the problem is we're not winning. We're not winning. It's going to be Tibbs. It's going to be Randall. It's going to be everybody's fault. But the players got to look at this and say, and I think they know it's not like they've been losing bad. They've been playing hard.
Right.
They've been playing hard. And I agree with that. But it just sucks when we lose the way we've been losing because we like, man, we up by 21 points against Lakers. We up by the Utah. We up. Man, how did they come back and win? And then you like, everybody's blaming somebody, but it's like, man, like, what's happening? So it's like, if I could be a fly on the wall in practices or in the ballroom or just in the huddle to see what they're talking about, like, what goes through their minds? Like, when this happens, or if they see it coming back, places like, hey, Tim, man, bring the person back. You know, so something is happening where they're breaking down, and then something is happening is right now, Devon, is the bench.
Yep.
The bench is not holding their own. The lead. And then when that third quarter starts up, the first unit is not as hot as they was, and then you bringing in players to put the patches on it. The puzzles of the pieces are just not fit yet in New York City. But the puzzles that we have right now, guys, they're working. We got some young puzzles that's going to be here for a while in RJ and Mitch. That's great centerpieces for us for our future. I know some fans don't want to hear about the future because we've been talking about the future for 25, 30 years, some longer. Yep. But we here, and I like our future.
You know what's interesting to me, and why I think I know bunches of us Knicks fans. You know, I think we like this because we want to win. Because check this out. I got a good analogy for y'all. We a game and a half behind the Atlanta Hawks, who got a $200 million Trae Young. You got a $125 million John Collins. You got a Kevin Huerter. You got all these cats they got with all that money, and we a game and a half behind him. And when we came in the season, we thought a lot of people thought Indiana was better than us. Look what Indiana had. Indiana had the Miles Turner, Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, all these cats, Duarte. Look where they at. Look where they at. They worse than we are. and think about who we got, and we haven't played consistent basketball all year, and we still better than Indiana. Still better. We still right there with Trae Young, and even the Washington Wizards with Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, DePope, all these guys, man, and we still right there with them. So, to me, I'm like, our team is not bad as the people may think it is. It's just that I think the way we came out the gate with the Fournier not being consistent, Noel being injured almost the whole first half of the season, the Kemba Walker benching, he didn't pan out. And I think if it weren't for that, we'd probably be up where we said we was going to be. But with the COVID-19, the Omicron thing, we had to rely on these young guys to try to come in here and fill a void for us. And like I said, we are 12th, and this team that got more talent than us is right there where we at.
Don't forget D Rose.
Right, here's why. Because I don't think Rick Carlisle ain't no different than Tom Thibodeau. I don't think Nate McMillan that better than Tom Thibodeau. But Tom Thibodeau got a better weather percentage than a lot of them guys. I don't think the coach down in Washington better than Tom Thibodeau. And look what Tom Thibodeau, look at the stuff that he had to go with all year. And we still better than some of them teams. So I just think that's the way the NBA, the East got better. I think the East got better this year. Teams loaded up, and the pieces that we bought in just didn't work. Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier just didn't work for the Knicks. And I think that's the reason why we're going through that, what we're going through right now, especially with Nerlens Noel just missing almost the whole entire first half of the season, basically. And we relied on him last year to be the anchor of that defense. With him and Mitchell Robinson, we thought we were going to have the best defense front line in the game, practically, with him and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson all out of condition. He coming off a 9-month hiatus. They throw him right into the fire the first game of the season when he wasn't ready. The energy wasn't there. It's a lot of things that contribute to why the Knicks is where we at. But I think that we got to take all that into totality. That this was a tough season for us, man. You know, we came out injury, COVID, guys we brought in Fournier didn't get it popping. Kemba Walker ain't been popping. You know what I mean? Alex Burks up and down. You know what I mean? It just was. It's hard to coach like that, man. It's just hard to coach like that. You know what I mean? You got to have warriors. You got to make sure all your horses is ready. When you got people in the foxhole with you, you got to make sure all them soldiers ready to go to war. I don't think we had all our guys in the foxhole this year to go to war consistently, like KJ said, consistently. You know, we've been, you know, so it happens. But I still think we in it though. We only a game and a half. We got to go in Denver tonight and get it popping. Go out there and spank Denver tonight, man. We got to try anyway. Put the best foot forward. I'm gonna throw it out there again. Because of the high altitude, I'm gonna keep it 196. I ain't gonna try to run amok tonight. I'm gonna go 196. We got Knicks some way by the whatever, pull it out. No, pull it out tonight. Just gotta compete, man. I'm compete, but just know what I'm saying. It might be different. Cam Reddish might get to play more minutes tonight. He might bring more energy, and right. Simpson might bring the energy that we need to stay in this thing. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know if we lose, we probably might lose by a lot because of the climate, the conditioning, and coming off a back-to-back from Utah. Yeah, I'm not thinking that we're gonna go out there and blow nobody out, but I do think, you know, long we compete hard. We always got a chance to play and win. But I think Jokic's gonna have a good game tonight. I think they run them up, but we just got to go out there and catch fire, like my man said. And I think we can. I think we got to try to get a chop out. So I said 100. But I said 196.
Yeah, I'm right on the lines with you, Divine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a kind of low-scoring game. We stay competitive. We get out there. We surprise them with a couple of guys that they haven't seen from the last time that we play them with i.e. with a Cam Reddish, Sims. You know, we run those guys out there. Maybe Kemba could come up tonight and play big tonight for us and catch fire tonight. I got us somewhere around where you at, Divine, like 102 to like 106, somewhere right along those lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got us at 107 and 99.
Okay, so we're all about the same.
Yeah. I think if they just could find a way, I agree with you guys. If Tibbs stretched that line, that we got a good chance. Like I said, I think for the most part, here's one thing about, even though Todd Gibson might not be a shot blocker, he might not be, but he's an aggressive dude though. And putting an aggressive guy on Jokic is not a bad thing. You know what I mean? You need somebody who could body with him or throw him an elbow every now and then to keep him honest. I mean, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Jokic do that on everybody. He's the MVP, not only against the Knicks, he's the MVP against the whole league. But I do think if Todd Gibson brings some of that experience and some of that, you know, when you go make that layup, you're gonna feel me. You know what I mean? You know, make him play hard, and then when Todd gets him on the offense, stretch Jokic out, shoot that little mid-range game. He got a good fake spin up, spin around, and drop layups. I think he can make them work on both ends of the floor, and then I think Sims just got to come in. Whoever he playing it, whether it's DeMarcus Cousins, Jericho Sims just need to run them, boy. They need to make Jericho Sims just get the hop, because none of them catch the hop like him.
Yeah, just let him jump over.
Yeah, right. I'm hoping that the Knicks play over the top on these guys with Jericho Sims. You know, that's, you know, the alley-oops and he got a body too. You know, the Sims, they know, you know, so you know he gonna get schooled tonight. Marcus Cousins is a savvy veteran. He gonna definitely get some education tonight. whether from the bully perspective, Mark Cousins will try to punk you.
Oh yeah,
he try to punk you. You know what I mean? So, but Monte Morris can get it. You know, Fournier and them still. You got one thing I'm glad about tonight, that we might be down, but our core dudes are still there. R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Randall. They there tonight. So it ain't like they not playing against. We lost our major soldiers. They there. Only Mitchell Robinson is going to be the big impact. But that's where Sims and my man got to play by committee, I guess. Right. Y'all got 12 fouls. Use them. You know what I mean? And hopefully we can come out there. I mean, we just need. You know, I just want to get one win, man. I just got to keep hoping and praying that one night we pop, and both the starting unit and the second unit both got some pluses. They in a plus. We just haven't been having that, man. The first unit been popping. The second unit in the minus, or the second unit popping, the first unit in the minus. I just think we got to be consistent tonight and get play from everybody. But I'm gonna hang my hat on it, man. Like I said, man, y'all asked me 82 games. I'm gonna say Nick gonna win every game, because I think we got enough talent to win games. Right? And, you know, we might not, but I'm always gonna root for my team to win, and that's what I'm a fan first and foremost. Besides you know, somebody who just running the show and we holding the, you know, just dealing with dialogue and, you know, just, but I am a fan, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of the game and I'm always going to root for the Knicks. You know, you got to separate it sometime when you're doing things like we doing, but I'm rooting for the Knicks every night. Every night. I don't care I don't care I don't care if it was the fifth era, I rooted for the Knicks every night to win the game. Because I'm a fan, you know what I mean? And I just want our God to win. Winning cures all. But let's see how we do tonight, man. We go down here and get it popping down there. The game starting about another 9-10 minutes. Yo, chat, man. I appreciate y'all hanging in tonight, man. You know, put this on Divine Night. This was the Divine Bench show tonight. So we go, that's what it is, man. I appreciate my panel members just understanding that, you know, I'm a passionate Knicks fan, man. I'm a passionate guy about the Knicks. I'm a passionate dude about everything. I'm just passionate, you know what I mean? And when our guys is, you know, I just want to see it be good. I just, like everybody, I just want to see the Knicks do good, man. You know what I mean? We've been watching this a long time, Shop Powers and everything.
Yes.
You know, prior to last year, we've been watching the Knicks stink basketball for a minute. You know what I mean? Since Woodson left. So we just want the best for our team, man. You know, we just, you know, and here in New York City and in the metropolitan area as Knicks fans, we get all the negative smoke. You know what I mean? There's negative smoke all the time. You know what I mean? And I just try to say, man, everybody can't be negative. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be negative about it. We already got Berman. We already got all these guys and the Bondies and the Stephen A's and everybody always dissing the Knicks. Everybody can't diss the Knicks. So I'm just going to be that guy that don't diss the Knicks like that. I just try to be fair about what we got, where we going, what we need to do. I just try to be open-minded about it because there's just so much negativity. It's like, man. But I think we so embedded in our mind because we've been losing so much that it's like normal to us now to talk negative about the Knicks. I just try to have a show that for once somebody can talk positive about our team. You know what I mean? I feel like, listen, you can go on a lot of street to get negative talk, but it ain't always got to be like that. I just always want to try to be optimistic sometime about things and try to look at the good side of things and what can be for our franchise until we get better. Because we 82 gamers, we life it. Like Tay said, we've been watching these cats since the 90s, the 70s, the 80s, and we still here. We still here, you know. So we love the Knicks, man. We blue and orange and blue till we die.
Basically. And you know what it is, D? It's history. It's New York City. It was a time in New York City. All your best basketball players came from New York City. The tri-state area. It's New York City. But now basketball's so worldwide, everybody can ball now. But that stigma, New York City, the Knicks have that stigma, that symbolized, but it's not happening. So we got to get that feeling back in New York City. Yeah. That old Rucker Park feeling, like that old just and one basketball feeling, like you bring in New York City, we bringing it to the floor. We have not had that product on the floor, and that's all we ask for as New York Knicks fans. Put that product on the floor and make it happen, even if you lose. But if you're doing what you got to do, and you hustling, and you do, and you just hard nose playing basketball, we cheer for that because you give us something to look forward to.
Yeah, real talk. And we do a lot wise piece. We need a dub. And here's the thing, man. We were so close these last couple of games. Like we should have won that Laker game.
Man.
You know, and that was good basketball. You know, we should have won that game. Like last night, we supposed to won that game, bro.
Man.
And that's what gives me a little optimism because I know that we in these games. Julius Randle, RJ can, you know, I think if Randle give you Jokic numbers somewhat around there, RJ give you Gordon numbers, whoever, we just need somebody else to come to the forefront. And I think that's what we're missing Fournier and Alex Burks. If the Alex Burks or Fournier be popping and Randall and RJ popping, the Knicks would beat a lot of teams, if you ask me. I just think that hopefully them guys, like I hope Fournier have a bounce back game tonight. You know what I mean? Let's hope Alex Burks have a better game tonight, and hopefully Randall and RJ can do what they do. That's the reason why I say we got a chance to win. I try to stay optimistic about it because we got some talent there, just not supreme, but we got enough to win games though. So we'll see how it goes tonight, man. But yo, to the chat, salute to everybody, man. Y'all enjoy that game tonight. I'm gonna go out there, like I said, 196, man. Fournier to get it popping tonight. Randall been playing good the last week. He been playing real, and RJ's been RJ. He to me has been one of the better players in the NBA the month of January. That cat been lighting it up, bro. You know, so I got to salute RJ Barrett. But Frank say no Mitch, no win. Okay, got you. And listen, I know if you ask any odds maker out there, they picking the Knicks to lose. Then you'd have to. You know what I mean? You have to. Frank got the Nuggets 115, Knicks 98. I can see it going that way depending on how that first quarter go. We get blitzed in the first quarter, and then we'll see. But other than that, man, let's go get this game popping. KJ, y'all cats, give me y'all last word. We're gonna get out here and get ready to get it going.
Hey, look, I want to salute everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming out. The Public Enemy, appreciate it. Queen's Court, appreciate you all. Just so keep supporting the Knicks team. Do y'all thing. Find a nice spot. Chill out tonight. Watch the Knicks, and just look at some of the content we said. We want everybody to play. Let's see if Tiz plays these players tonight, and that's how I'm gonna end it.
Mm-hmm. Remember, man, with the short and sweet outro. Go ahead, my brother.
you already know, Divine.
Yes, sir.
Salute to you always, Divine. KJ,
Absolutely.
You my brother. What's going down? And to the chat, that's where it's at. Salute.
Yes.
Let's get it tonight. Let's get it.
Yo, to my awesome panel members, man. Shout power to KJ. Y'all know how we got much love up in here, brother. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do. To the man, to the Public Enemy, Frank Matos, the West Palm Beach reporter. Salute. Everybody, man, to the queen of all queens, my sister. You know how we do, Queen Stephanie in the building. D. Ross already know how we get down, man. And almost peace to the God. You know, Allah wise. Salute to you, my brother. Everybody, man, let's go get it popping, man. Try to get Jarvis, a Louisiana man in the building. Always D cool. Hey, George Stewart, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Real talk, man. So just come on, be a part of the family, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and stay up in the forefront. We're gonna keep it popping all the time. Akuma, JW, my man. Send me a piece to the God as well. Hey, Sin, I be seeing you on Twitter with all that good plant-based stuff you be having popping off on there, man. Salute to you as well. He be bringing some good dishes up on there.
Need some of that right there.
Yeah, I'll be checking you out. My man Fabian, salute my man Fabian. Everybody, man, like I said, George, Jarvis, Sin again. My man Nick P, peace Nick P, my man, salute to you. Everybody, once a Nick, always a Nick. Pudge Nice in the building. Sam Hope. Let's go, man. Man Child, my man, salute to you. Let's go get this W, man. We need it in the worst way. Try to get it again. Keep it moving, man. But it should be a good game night, man. I really do think they're going to come out and play with some. They're going to compete. One thing I think they will do compete tonight. We haven't been lacking in that front lately, but we just can't get it done at the end. But everybody, man, Wilson Dang, Jeremiah, my man Jermaine, salute to you. Finesse J, salute to you as well. Everybody in the chat, man. Knicks didn't make a move yet, but Julian, we will. 2 more days. Canal, salute to you. We be making something happen. Nick's gonna make something happen, man. My man Joey, salute to you, Joey. Wilson again. Kevin Middleton. Salute to all you guys, man. Y'all go get that joy, that game. Let's get this W. It's about to pop off in a couple of minutes. And everybody, man. Thank y'all again. Great show, great panels always. The chat is where it's at, the best in the business. Y'all already know how y'all do. Self-explanatory right there. You cats be getting it popping up in there. But Shaw Powers, KJ, my brothers. I see you cats on the next one, man.
Absolutely.
I know we off a couple of days to follow up tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, to see how it go. Ain't too much Nick content out there. Y'all just look for the notification. We'll jump on. Might be some trade noise popping off. I'll come back on tomorrow, get the brothers up in here again. We just sit down and talk about it again. We can go over the recap. We just hopefully by the next we done made the wheel and deal to did something tomorrow, and then we got something else to talk about. Other than that, man, salute everybody, man. I'm out, brother. Peace.
Peace.
Salute everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy the game, man. I see you cats on the follow-up, man. Real talk, man. Y'all have a good one.